Language, Maddie. You said you want to give Fooligan a shout out? I saw, dude. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. So not too long ago, we just got back from Fooligan's meetup, the second one. And that was a nice little meetup. And then afterwards, we went on a quick little ride. Always fun riding with them. They're just crazy. Just this week, I've just been having all kinds of cosmetic issues with this thing. Basically, the plastics broke off. The left side, right by the tank, that was just holding on by just barely anything. As soon as I backed out the screw, it just broke off. So I just took them completely off on both sides. Yeah, here's what it looks like naked. It actually doesn't look too bad. The motor kind of looks bigger. I guess the airbox kind of helps make it look bigger. I think if you get the tank covered up, I think it'll look pretty beastly. I might see if I can buy just regular Grom plastics, and I wonder if they bolt right up. But other than that, this bike, the more I put the miles on, the better it breaks in. The shifting's getting smoother. Power feels better. Nut up. That one scared me. But yeah, I mean, you can pop this bike up. I had a guy ask about that in one of my last videos. For you asking that, yeah, you can pop it up. It's all just going to be about technique. I'm going to shop around for a front sprocket, probably go up one, even though it's common for Grom riders to go down one. This thing's geared different than the Grom, for sure. This is geared more for, like, off-roading. I think this motor is just a straight off-road motor, and they just left the gearing. Going up one on the front sprocket would definitely help this bike be a little bit more street oriented. See if I can get a knee down. Nope, chickened out. What the? Wait for me. Thank you. What was that look for? This bike still has a leaning problem, but it doesn't seem as bad. Maybe I just don't have that back tire squared up. Another thing I don't like about this bike is that it doesn't have increments on the swing arm to tell you where you're at when you're tightening the chain. So you kind of gotta guess. Seems like a perfect time to try and wheelie. Maybe. Oh, come on. There we go. Ooh, hey, hey, ooh. Squeak, 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 squeak. Ooh, that was a good one. Not as good as OGS, but it'll work. Oh boy! Let's do it to it. Oh, this is awkward. Got the whole family out there. Wheelie for the kids! I'm such a good influence. There's one lesson I learned this week, and that is to always have the action camera on the helmet. So Maddie and I were riding a couple days ago. Of course, the one time I don't have my action cam on was the most, or not the most eventful day we had, but it was an eventful day. There's a lot of stuff going on. For instance, I hopped on our Grom, and we were messing around in this little cul-de-sac. We were practicing wheelies. Had no issues practicing the wheelies. Nothing, didn't drop it once. I was just making a little turn, and it was close to the curb. There's grass trimmings there. But being on her little bike, and I don't know if the V-rubber has anything to do with it on that Grom, but I hit the grass trimmings and all of a sudden the front of the bike just wiped out on me and everything was just a blur. I don't know what happened, but my sister said I dropped the bike and then flipped over. Luckily I didn't do any damage to her bike really, except for the exhaust got kind of scratched up, but besides that, that was about the only damage that was done. So yeah, those little Groms are meant to take a beating, so kudos to Honda for that. And then there's some other things that happened that same day, but it was just basically, you should always have your action cam on if you're going to be doing videos. If you guys haven't noticed, I've been posting videos every Monday, and I said that this Monday I was going to start MaxiPad Mondays, which I didn't really know what I was going to do for MaxiPad Mondays. I kept thinking, well, I'll come up with something, but basically I think I'm just going to ride and just talk a little bit. It's just going to be kind of whatever I see during the week, it's going to make it on the video, and that's essentially what it's going to be. So yeah, motovlogging is actually could be a little difficult, especially when you're in a small town and you don't got much going on, because you got to kind of conjure up some ideas, some things to do. I mean, you got to do that in the city too, but in the city you got more going on, more people that you can interact with. But yeah, you got to kind of think of things to talk about, otherwise things get kind of bland and boring, and I'm sure these are kind of boring. I think it's all part of the growing pains. It's all just kind of... Ooh, kids.
Hope you don't find the money strapped to my thigh.
See if we can sneak up on these kids. I don't want to tease them with their parents there. I think it's time for me to take my way back home, and it's time for me to drink some beer. So drink some beer like Soda Head, nah, I mean. Yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Ooh, 47. Uphill. Oh! It's tough, dog. It's tough.